man. Here we go. Yo, what you doing here in Plainview, man?
I live here now. And it was either Wolfpack or Dynasty for Club League, and I didn't want to play with you. So I chose Wolfpack.
Yeah, so you want the scouts to see you playing on the losing team and see a star on that, okay.
I'm going to get the scouts to notice me by shooting every chance I get. I mean, if I play with you, you'll be yelling at me to make the extra pass.
That's right, because I want to win.
Okay, that's all you think the scouts care about?
Yeah, the scouts care if you can win, bro.
Okay, then you really are stupid, bro. Let me give you some game, man.
Here we go. All right.
Scouts only care if you got the skills that translate to the next level. That's it. Point blank, end of story.
Well, you only prove that by winning.
No, you prove that by showing how you can help them win at the next level. All right, I'm cocky, but I'm not stupid, MP. All right, I'm not a high flyer. I'm not a rim protector. So if I want to lead this broke down town, I have to prove I can shoot.
That makes sense, bro. Because you're small.
Man, you ain't got to be Wimby to shoot out the gym. But since you care so much, I'm going to give you that L you've been asking for.
Yeah, I bet.
All
Let's
right,
do it.
Bet.
We're here in Plainview, Illinois, tonight's venue for Club League basketball between the Wolfpack and Dynasty. Good evening, everyone. I'm Joe Lamy alongside Danny Hogger and Drake Hugo. What a game this should be between two heated rivals on the club circuit.
Heated rivals indeed. Rarely do you see teams like this dislike each other this much, especially in the Club League circuit. But you know what? This is a showcase game for both teams.
At the center of it all will be MP, the star player for the Dynasty. He'll be tasked with keeping their winning streak alive.
Looking to make it a dozen straight wins to start the Club League season, but I know the Wolfpack are licking their chops at the prospect of ending the Dynasty's win streak. And how excited are you for this one? This is about as intense a game gets at the club level. These teams genuinely dislike each other.
And Drake, you talk about the rivalry between the Wolfpack and Dynasty. They've both had their moments.
They certainly have, and I would expect a very physical game here tonight. That's the bare minimum when these teams play.
Dynasty making a switch here. That one's also good, so he hits both free throws.
You know, it's good to see Timmerman back on the floor after missing some time with the back injury. They missed his stretch 4 contributions.
James covering.
Terrific find. Everyone loves playing with someone who can move the ball like that.
Now Wells swings it to Stauffer. Over Hawkins. Stauffer, that's good.
And you look at the Dynasty, MP has led the charge all season long. He's been a huge factor for them.
Without a doubt, he has rejuvenated the team this season. A standout for the Dynasty as soon as he joined.
He was squeezing the orange as tight as he could before the stuff.
Yeah, no way he was going to lose that thing on the way up.
Better safe than sorry, right? And is that orange juice, like, publicly available? Can I get some of that?
Pass to Zaderko. James covering.
You have got to be kidding me.
Talk about taking things into your own hands.
He wanted credit for the bucket and the assist on that.
Now Wells. Dillard covering. Robinson sets the screen. Wells outside. 5 on the clock. There's the rejection.
You look at this Wolfpack roster, a lot of players who will play college ball, but Patrick Wells could be the barometer.
And they are ecstatic to have him with the team. Add some much-needed shooting. They're hoping he can change the fate of their season. He goes in for the dunk.
Stupendous hops. Climbing the ladder for the 360 slam.
Yeah, he was sky high on that finish.
I'm out of my chair. The athleticism, coordination, all that confidence. I'm wowed over here.
Now here's Robinson. Passes to Wells. For the basket. Nice shot after missing his first attempt.
Oh, wow, that took some guts from Wells to finish that bucket inside.
Now Junior. And he's going for the alley-oop. It's stolen away by James.
Dynasty foul. First personal foul. Substitution for the Dynasty. Danny Cobb. Substitution for the Wolfpack.
And for Zach Timmerman of the Wolfpack, he moved here from Iowa not too long ago.
Yeah, we haven't seen too much of him, and I know the Wolfpack would have liked to see more of him. Unfortunately, he's been plagued by back problems, which can't be fun. You wonder how long he'll be able to keep playing for. This has been the core focus of Wells' game offensively. He's just so confident in his ability to hit from that range.
You're kidding me. And it's thrown down hard with both hands.
Whoa, that was crazy to even attempt.
He didn't just try it, he pulled it off. That was awesome.
Come on, that's a high school kid. That's not fair, no way.
Now Wells, 5 points in the game. And he goes up strong with the one-handed jam.
He sure knows how to make an impression with his throwdowns.
It's not a matter of if he's going to get to the rim, it's a matter of what he will do when he gets there.
This time, showing some style with the one-hand slam.
Another miss by Wells.
And for Eric Dillard, he's a standout at the high school level in the area, but most scouts have him as a middling recruit.
He can just disappear from games too often, though. Great shot, but too many easy mistakes that he has yet to fix. Now Wells. To the inside. Here's Stopper. And once again off the mark by the Wolfpack. And they're pushing it up. The rim rattling, two-handed jam. MP has been something else this first half, well on his way to a huge game. Robinson sets the screen. To halt the run. And once again off the mark by the Wolfpack. Uses the glass to finish the layup. It's very easy to see why MP is so high on the scouts list with how he's scoring tonight. And with a showcase game like this in tonight's rosters, you can expect a lot of college scouts in the stands.
The importance of this game, setting the narrative of each player's potential. Opinions are forming about these players, and each minute could be another pro or con in each scout's report.
Yep, that one goes. And you love how MP has been able to put up the points with all the scouts watching. Now a timeout called by the Wolfpack.
He's had enough of all the interior scoring.
You nailed it, and I'm sure they're going to talk at length about limiting all the points that they've been giving up in the paint.
For the Dynasty. Ricky Davidson, Jonathan Lack, Brett Hawkins. Substitution for the Wolfpack.
Cordova outside. Pass to Carter. Shoots over Cobb. That's no good. Couldn't get his first shot to go.
When I talked to Wolfpack shooting guard Deshaun Carter pregame, he had a tablet with some personal scouting notes, animated plays, and video highlights.
Yeah, Danny, I was looking at his tablet, and he even had a My NBA franchise with creative players to represent each team. That level of dedicated planning makes him a database of information on these teams.
Deshaun Carter from the outside. Davidson pulls it in.
There's no rhythm or flow in their offense right now.
While on the flip side, their opposition is on fire. Got to stop this run somehow.
And it's flushed down with a nice jam.
They're creating some separation on the scorecard now.
A nice cushion, and they're not even taking their foot off the gas.
Pass to Carter. Johnson, fresh with it. Davidson defends. And here's Carter. With just 5 to shoot. Shoots over Cobb. That doesn't fall either for Deshaun Carter.
Dynasty coach Duncan Carter has worked to impart a sense of focus in this ongoing rivalry. The rivalry of these teams is well documented, and he wants his club to continue their winning ways.
Yeah, Danny, he knows that the way the games have swung between these two sides is a dynamic rivalry. He would like the Dynasty to play at a heightened intensity for this one. So it's both teams making a change here, and so he makes both at the line that time. A difficult situation for the Wolfpack here. Their offense has stagnated.
It's been hard to watch. They need a bucket, and soon.
Deshaun Carter from the outside. That one also misses for him, just like his other 3 attempts thus far. Fresh with the steal. Carter with it. Davidson covering. They get it again. A nice shot there by Robinson.
He's a menace on the glass. His offensive rebounding is going to cause problems for opponents for years to come.
Well, you think about what sets MP apart on this Dynasty team. His athleticism you rarely see at the club level.
He's been stunning, Joe. When he's driven, he's physically capable of explosive feats. Speaking of, I'm setting my phone up right here because I think we've got a great angle for some viral content.
Andrew Robinson with the slam.
You know, he's not always the most selfless player, but Wells knew he had to move the ball there.
And there's a nice one-handed slam.
A simple dunk, but it gets the job done all the same.
Yeah, I'm sure his fans wish he would have done something a little more special, though.
But I mean, guys, let's go back to math class. 2 points is 2 points.
Tommy Fresh for 3. That's good. And Deshaun Carter with the assist.
The D's got to do a little better. That's a high percentage shot if they don't get right in his face.
To the left wing. 3-pointer. Knocks down the long J. And what a game for MP. He is showing out with a 30-point evening. It would take a major comeback for them to get back into this game.
And the chances of that happening are pretty slim.
The size on the bench for both teams is formidable.
Oh, yeah, Danny, this team is stacked. I was looking up to some of the players walking in as we set up tonight. Woo, they're tall. I know one thing, though. I wouldn't take too many shots inside with either second unit tonight.
Wells, no good.
I don't think there's a person in the building who thought he was going to miss that.
Yeah, he had a wide open look. Wonder if he had maybe a little too much time.
Scooped up.
He turns the offensive rebound into 2 loud points.
He was in the perfect position under the hoop once he got his hands on the miss.
Well, Joe, that's why it pays to work hard on the offensive boards for chances just like that one.
And so here it's the Wolfpack. A 17-point game. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw contact and he'll shoot 2. Foul on Ricky Davidson.
Clever, using the opponent's eagerness to contain him against them, Wells drawing the shooting foul.
Both teams deciding to change it up. That one misses, so he goes 1 for 2.
Well, the big name in the showcase has to be MP. He's a 5-star recruit and has a clear path to the NBA with his skill set and athleticism.
And scouts want to see him take over the game. They want to see him be athletic. They want to see his instinct and moves on the floor. Because sometimes he can defer it a bit too much. I have no idea why he's fouling. Maybe there's a little bad blood between these two.
Maybe that could be it. That's about the only explanation that I've got. And even then, it's not a really good one.
And the Dynasty call time here. Now Wells. To the paint. Here's James. Outside for Stopper. Pass over to Robinson. Now Wells. Over Dillard. Wells, no good. And in club play this season, the Wolfpack enter tonight at 7-4, while the Dynasty are a perfect 11-0.
And I'd say we could throw out the record books, Joe. Whoosh, I threw mine right across the table. Sorry, Drake. Because of the history of these regional rivals is so complex. Both teams thrive on denying the other the chance to win in big games like this one.
Now here's Stopper. Wells outside. 6 to shoot. And it goes as the official calls the foul. Count it. Here's Cobb. The putback. Great positioning on the putback. And on the bench for the Wolfpack, Coach Barry Bay. He's been with the program several years now and is trying to continue the success they've had this past decade.
Yeah, and standing directly in his path once again is the Dynasty. But with new leadership on the court from Patrick Wells, Coach is hopeful that the tide is about to turn for the Pack.
First one for him falls.
So Joey Johnson said he loves to watch 2K TV, and he's been in the running in the past for 2K TV Interactive Champion. Hey, he's a true master of basketball trivia, smart player on the floor as well.
The rebound by Deshaun Carter. Cordova outside. Pass to Carter. Out to the right wing. Fresh, covered by Fisher, with 4 to shoot. Now it's Carter outside. Dalton Andrews from long range hits the three-pointer.
This is what makes Carter such a field general. He's super organized, knows where everyone should be offensively. Nice feed by Carter.
Well, all game long, we've seen the passion that these teams have played with. No let up, no quit from anyone on the roster.
Yeah, passion is definitely one way to say it. Nothing that we can repeat on air, but it certainly seems beyond a little friendly ribbon.
Now here's Carter. Fresh, the screen. And he drops it in from the low post.
He really had his eyes open. Good vision to see they had an open shot outside and to get it there.
And he jams it down with authority.
If they think that that kind of defense is going to get it done against him, they are sorely mistaken.
Now it's Carter outside. Time called as the Wolfpack decide to talk things over.
They haven't been boxing out well on the defensive glass, and they are giving up a ton of second chance points.
The Wolfpack making some changes.
Hawkins. Eric Dillard. Substitution for the Wolfpack.
Three-pointer, Patrick Wells. No room at the end, locked out for the 6th time in 10 attempts. And the leader of this Wolfpack team, without a doubt, is Patrick Wells, a 3-star recruit who has a chance to play at the next level.
And he's not the biggest or most athletic player on the floor, but when he warms up, I mean, look out. The kid can straight up shoot the ball. If he can bulk up and add some strength, he could be a factor in college.
Now here's Stoffer. Robinson sets the screen. Nice D from Dave Zadirko. You compare how this game has gone between MP and Wells, and so
Ridiculous! Who's gonna do that to him like that? What? He scored most of the points out there by himself. His offense is a big part of the recipe for team success.
the Wolfpack with the ball. Wells outside. Launches it. The Dynasty grab the miss.
He can do that, just couldn't connect this time.
Too much daylight for a shooter of his caliber.
Inside. They double him with James. The fadeaway. And he uses both hands to jam it home.
Some nice vision on display there from Hawkins.
They're really on the back foot at this point.
Yeah, at both ends of the floor, things are just not going their way.
Patrick Wells on the wing. Misses the baby hook.
And he cannot wait for this quarter to come to an end.
Seems like nothing is bouncing his way, no matter what he tries.
And the shot goes in.
Number 20.
He's really been producing offensively tonight, helping build that lead they're enjoying.
It's the kind of shooting that you can build your whole offensive strategy around.
Now Wells. Robinson sets the screen. Launches a three. And Patrick Wells with the three.
He got hung up on a great screen and gave the shooter some wiggle room.
Yeah, for sure. If he sees any daylight at all, he's pulling the trigger.
And he gets it to go.
And this run was exactly what they needed to put the game away.
Yup. This is how to seal a win in style.
Robinson sets the screen. For three. Doesn't go for him. And now the Dynasty with it. And it's stolen away by Timmerman. Wells, no good. 7-second difference between the shot and game clock. And there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
It's just been so one-sided since halftime.
They've crushed them in the second half, and that's when it matters the most.
Pass over to Robinson. Stauffer. Hawkins covering. Here's Robinson. Back to Wells. Clock at 6. Knocks down the triple. From deep. And the miss. That will do it. Put it in the books. The Dynasty continue their amazing start to the season and now stand at 12-0. Great win for them here.
A real gem. You can see why the Dynasty have been the team to beat. Great execution for the...
Yo, she was here. I didn't see her.
Yeah, she came with her cousin.
Man, you mind if I talk to him real quick? How about this, bro? Hey, look, I know we butt heads over the years, but we go to the same school now.
Oh, are you thick in the head or something? I don't like you, man.
Look, I ain't trying to be your best friend. I'm just trying to win some games.
All right, that's fine.
Yeah.
How about we talk on the court? And off the court, you and me win cool.
Great. That's a great attitude.
It
We're
is
going
a
to win
great
states
idea.
like
Yep,
that.
Yep, and I don't care about states.
Yeah, that's because you playing for the Scouts.
Right, and that's because you playing for the fantasy. What, you think they're going to rebuild the factories because you passing a little Jimmy in the clutch? You really want to help these people? How about you take over, make the league? Then when you got some actual power, you can actually help these people. All right, stop this nice guy hiding behind that when the truth is, you scared to become the player you need to be in order to build a real dynasty. This is just a costume, bro. These words, meaningless, unless you put something behind that.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah, think about it.